Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the shed. I am Lonnie.
Hey, I'm Candace. Good morning. It's Monday morning and we had a really good sales week. If you remember in the last video, we came in yesterday and pulled some orders, and Lonnie has those packed.
Yeah, they're back. They're in that IKEA bag back there. There's 13 items in there.
Yeah, I kind of took care of the small, just one-off stuff. So we're going to start out this morning pulling orders, and we went ahead and pulled down all the dog items and or the boxes they're in,
right,
so that you don't have to suffer through us digging through boxes. So we're going to go ahead and get all the dog items out and lay down on the shelf and show you what we sold.
Yeah. Okay, what a good weekend it was for selling dog clothes.
I told Lonnie it must be like the weather's starting to change, getting cooler, so people are ready to start dressing their dogs.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
We're going to go through it all real quick.
Okay.
The first order has an ugly sweater and some long john pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those together, $24.98.
Okay.
The next item is a blue dog harness, sold that for
Right
$11.
Okay.
And then the next item is a dog dress, sold that for $12.
Gray and pink.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have a dog harness made specifically for French bulldogs.
This.
Yeah. It's made for that dog.
Why? To fit that specific shape.
Yeah, that big old chest.
Right.
Yeah. $15 for that.
Okay.
And then the next item is 2 dog hoodies, $11 for those.
Positive vibes and
like
peace.
Sign. Yep.
Manufactured by Grayson Pup.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a David Bowie tie-dye t-shirt, $10.
Okay.
We have an Arcadia Trail dog coat for $30.
Yeah, that's nice, huh?
Yeah, I really like that. I kept one of those for Pippin.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then on Macari, we sold 2 items. We sold that dog strongman costume for $12.
I like how it gives some tattoos with mom on it.
Isn't that funny? And then we sold the dress for $10.
Same order?
2 different orders.
2 different orders on Macari? Okay, cool.
So that is all of our dog items going out.
Okay, they take up so much room on the bench. I'm gonna go ahead and just get these packed, and then we'll come back and do
stickers. We sold a lot of stickers, so we're gonna lay those out.
Right, yep. And that is all the dog stuff packed up. Took about, I don't know, what, Candace, 15-20 minutes? Yeah. 20 minutes probably.
Not long at all.
No, not too bad. Now we have a bunch of sticker orders, car sticker orders to pull. Yeah. So I'm going to get that together and then we'll be right back. All right, each one of these bags has 20 car stickers in it each. Mm-hmm. We just pulled them. I'll go down with Candace and double check them real quick though while we're on camera.
First order.
Okay.
B6 and C5.
All right.
$30 for those 2.
Got them.
The next order has C8 and C11.
C8, C11. Okay.
$27 for that.
Okay.
Next order is D7, 9, 10.
7, 9, 10.
And A13.
A13.
Now A13 is not a 20 sticker lot.
It's a more. I put. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's different raceways, and it's like location stickers.
Yeah, I remember that.
So those 4 packs together sold for $70.
70?
Yeah, $69.96.
Okay. All right.
All the stickers going out.
Well, we're mostly hard goods sellers, as they say, hard goods. But man, we are selling some softies today, huh?
Yes, we sold a bunch of dog clothes, and then we sold some human clothes.
Right. We went ahead and pulled them so y'all didn't have to go through us taking the boxes down.
So the first item is like a mid-century Mandarin collar jacket from Hong Kong British Crown Colony is when it was made. So that kind of dates it. Sold that for $47.70. Then we sold a lot of 10 Crown Royal bags for $14.
These are the 1.75 liter Magnum sizes, or handles, or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. We sold a Carhartt men's work shirt with pearl snaps, long sleeve, $45. And then we saw vintage Boy Scouts of America official uniform shorts for $25.
Yeah, and I gotta say, we've had, if y'all watched all the buys we did from Kevin and Danielle, we had some parts that were awesome, And then we had some other parts of those buys that were a little disappointing. And then we've had like
clothing was good.
The clothing part was much better than expected.
For the most part, yeah.
I would say the clothing part definitely.
There was a lot of winners in there.
There was. And we were actually talking about it. We were like, how in the world did they find all this good clothing? And it must have just been an accumulation over a long time. Because,
maybe so. Maybe, yeah.
Because this is not the kind of stuff we normally see.
No. Although I did find this at an estate sale.
Oh, that's not Kevin and Danielle there.
No, I found that.
Yeah, good job on that one.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get this stuff packed, and then we do have some more hard good type stuff. Okay, on second thought, we're going to go ahead and finish up because we don't have that much left.
Yeah, we have 2 things that are going to go UPS. We're going to pull those later, but we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the stuff pulled that is going USPS. So the first item is some toner that we picked up on Friday. It's on 10 alpha.
Okay.
This is magenta.
10 alpha magenta. Sure is.
Sold that for $110.
Yeah, we bought 6 toners total, 3 laptop bags, and
that scanner.
And a scanner for $80.
Yeah.
So we're already in the profit now.
Yep, there we go. All right, pocket 9 Skipper and Barbie's friend Scooter, her swimsuit bottoms.
Pocket what?
9.
9.
Their little red swimsuit bottom.
Okay. All right, got them. I love the pocket storage. I just don't love where we keep it.
I know.
Because we always have stuff like down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That sold for $15.
Wow, that's a lot for that little thing.
Yep. We saw a reel on 5 Bravo, Tom Jones, live in Las Vegas.
Okay. Some of these don't have the writing on the edge, or I don't have them turned correctly. And apparently that Tom Jones is one of them. Let's see. Letterman. Tom Jones. Here we go. Got it. Tom Jones live in Las Vegas. Look at him.
At the Flamingo.
Look, he is working. Look at him.
Oh, yeah. He's getting into it. Sold that for $15.
Okay.
We sold a pair of men's shoes, Cole Haan. They're on 5 Foxtrot.
And I don't think either one of us remember actually buying these.
I think I did, actually.
Ah. Look, you wrapped them up.
Yeah.
That's nice. Kept them from getting dusty or scuffed.
Yeah, I'm thinking with our quarterly coupon about getting some tissue paper. What you think?
Okay, that's cool.
Sold those for $30. CC10, we sold a Build-A-Bear My Little Pony cape. Just the cape.
Man, we sell the most random stuff sometimes. CC10.
It's a green cape with blue flowers.
Green cape, blue flowers. Okay, this must be it. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. $10 for that.
Okay.
All right, that's everything going out except for the 2 UPS items.
Look, there's some stuff before you started working, I wouldn't have bought either one of these 2 things here.
No.
There's no chance.
Probably not these either.
No, I kind of knew about Crown Royal. No, I wouldn't have because
you wouldn't have found the deal.
I wouldn't have found the deal because they were on Facebook Marketplace.
And this Mandarin jacket.
I wouldn't have bought that.
Nope.
Okay.
You would have sold half the stuff up here.
That's right. But you would also be going to work and getting
money.
Getting money and health insurance.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna get this stuff packed. Everything's packed up that we showed y'all so far. Waiting for the carrier now. I did go to storage twice.
Yes. Do you want to tell them what you did?
No, not really. I will though. All right, so let's go through these sales real quick. First of all, we did sell this HP toner. Told y'all about that earlier when I shipped the other one. It was going USPS. This is going UPS. Sold these 4 for how much?
$5.50.
$5.50 plus ship. And then the other one sold for $110 plus ship So we're at 660 now.
And one left to go.
One left to go. So we should be around, once that one sells, 770 or so. So that was pretty good. And there's
fast.
And there's another piece to that too. That scanner would, if it works,
yep,
it's worth at least $100. All that stuff for 80. That was
a score.
Candace got a nice score, but
well, mine hasn't even been listed yet, and it definitely hasn't sold yet. You're in the money already.
I know. I'm just wondering, like, I mean, I did have to sell more things to get there, but I'm wondering whose is going to make more money. I know. Because this made a lot of money. Yeah. Yours is going to make a lot of money too. I just don't know how much. It depends on how much you sell it for. If you, it's good. Yours is going to be better because the lowest I could see you selling it for is like 800.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And that would still put you ahead of me.
Yeah.
Especially considering I paid 80 for my stuff.
Right.
So, but still, really, a couple of really good scores. The other thing is this old record player. Somebody sent a very reasonable offer. We've had it a while, so I took it. What, 125?
Yes, we paid hardly anything for it.
No, we paid 20. I think I paid 20, 15 or 20.
Yeah.
So it's a good solid profit thing, involving a good bit of packing. So I went and got it. It was sitting in one of those like one of these like fruit kind of trays in storage, and I just picked it up out of the tray. I didn't get the whole tray, so I get it back.
Came back all the way here.
I came all the way back, and I'm like, all right, ready to pack. And I'm like, okay, where is the crank? And I'm like, damn it. I left. I was like, man, I hope that crank is in that box. Went back, crank was in the box. Thank goodness. Man, if that crank would have been missing, that would have sucked. So I drove all the way back for this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that far. It's like maybe an 8-minute drive, but then you do, both ways and blah, blah, blah. Now it's 20 minutes just to go retrieve this freaking crank.
Yep.
But yeah, a couple of, that one, that was the big sale of the weekend.
Yeah.
So far. And this is good because we're getting rid of something big and making good money on it. So go ahead and get this stuff back. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2.
Hey, good morning. Well, we do have some orders to pull this morning, and later on I'm going to give you an update on the total of my Topper Dawn.
You gonna finish that off?
Yeah, I only have like 2 more listings to do.
Okay.
So I'll be able to update you guys with what my total listings are. And by the way, we had a really good sale from that lot. So stay tuned for that. But first, we're going to answer a few viewer questions.
Okay, let's do it.
The first one is all Lonnie.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, sort of.
Yeah. It's from Noomies Novice 6956. Do you have a video, or can you comment on how you list video game components and video game media when you are unable to test them? I don't have all the gaming systems that I find parts and games for. Should these be listed as parts only for repair? Should I save them and hope to get the systems I can hold on to for testing? Thank you, and I really enjoy your videos.
Okay, so that is a tricky question.
It is.
Because any risk you take will be your own. It won't be mine. So whenever I answer this question, I hate to answer this question honestly. What I would like to say is, no, you should test everything and make 100% sure it's working. Like, that's the right way to do things. However, that wouldn't be an honest answer. Yeah. The honest answer is, when it comes to video game stuff, I have this machine over here. So if a disc is scratched at all, I'll clean it in that machine. And I'm talking optical media, obviously. I'll clean it in that machine. I'll make sure it looks good, and then I'll sell it. I don't say tested unless I test it, which is almost never. I just say, disc is in nice condition or something. And I don't say it's untested. I don't say it's tested. I just sell it. If there's a problem with it, I have to stand good for it. Yep. So, I mean, that's a risk I take. I'm selling it to people, and they have the expectation when they buy it that it's going to work. I have not tested it. I have the expectation it's going to work too, but I have not tested it. Not everything is like that though. Cartridge games, I typically like. Visual inspection means a lot to me on cartridge games. If they're like super dirty and ratty looking, I'm not saying I won't sell them, because I will, but I want to test those more, right? I clean the pens. I want to test those games. But if they look good and the whole story looks like, okay, they were played and then put in a closet for years and then now they came out for the sale, that, you know, I'll clean the pens on them and then I'll just list them. If they look like maybe they were underwater at some point or something, then, you know, like if they're in really bad condition, I want to test those typically. But for the most part, games, cartridge or optical media, I'll almost never test any of them. The other thing you asked about is, don't have a lot of gaming systems I find parts and games for. So a lot of controllers, like the newer controllers, I can actually, like, that connect with Bluetooth. A lot of those, like for the modern systems, I can actually connect them to my Mac here. Mm-hmm. Like, if you just look it up on YouTube, how to connect blah blah to Mac, or if you just know, or you know, I'm saying Mac, but it could also be PC.
There's a website for that, right? For testing.
That's for stuff usually that I'm interfacing with USB.
Okay. Which
is another thing too. If it's a USB controller with a, usually you can plug those into a computer. You can go to the HTML5 gamepad tester site. Just Google that. You can find it. A lot of controllers you can test with your computer. Wii controllers, I want to test those. Usually. Although, yeah, I usually want to test those. But like once you get older and older and older, like PS2 controllers, you want to test those. Those are high, like usually when something has moving parts and contacts and things like that have to, like switches and buttons and things, and it's old stuff, I usually want to test that kind of stuff. Moving parts usually equals higher failure rate. Obviously the consoles need to be tested every time, pretty much, or actually just every time. Don't have all the gaming systems. But yeah, components. There are some components like power supplies. Power supplies, you could just use a multimeter, make sure you're getting voltage out of them. Other things like AV cables and things, I don't test. I don't have to test those. So after you've been doing this a while, you kind of get a feel for high versus low fail rates. And again, all the risk is yours whenever you list it. So from a 100% safe perspective, yeah, test everything. From a realistic perspective, how I do it, test some things. I usually don't test games.
It also probably depends on how much you're going to be selling video games. Like if you're a dedicated, you know, video game seller, of course, you know.
Right, but they're not, because they don't have the systems.
Yeah.
You know. Should I save them and hope to get a system I can hold on to for testing? I don't keep any systems at all for testing. And I mean, we don't sell a ton of video games. We really don't.
No, we don't.
We don't. Like, sporadically we'll get a bunch in, but like...
And it's not for lack of wanting to. They're just harder to find now.
No, the video game people... Whew, that kind of leads into the next question, so we'll go ahead and do that one.
Okay, so the next question is from Kingdom Flips 65753. Long-time watcher, first time commenting, love your videos. Question for you. When you all are sourcing, do you go out with a plan in mind? Meaning, are you looking for anything in particular, like the old, do you have any video games? Or do you just take what you can get? I have found that if I pigeonhole myself, it is hard to source and my sales are down. But if I open up my mind, there are a lot of other things we can find and sell. Sell, not sale. Thanks so much.
Well, people get mad if you start mixing those
I'll
words
get corrected.
Garage sale.
Yeah, so anyone that pretty much has been watching the channel even for a short time knows that we don't have niches. I mean, we have things we like to sell, but we are open to buy and sell anything if we can make money on it, you know.
Make it a money.
Make it a money. I'm having trouble with my words this morning. Yeah, so when we go out to sales, we don't just, okay, I'm looking only for video games. I'm looking only for dolls.
I kind of used to be like that to some extent.
I think a lot of people, and it's not a bad thing when you're first starting out, because if it's what you're comfortable and know about, of course that's going to be what you're going to gravitate towards, because you're comfortable and you're knowledgeable about it. But as time goes by, you start learning about other things. So, and that's kind of where we're at. We're open to anything. We don't go looking for certain things.
Candace does. We do have, you know, of course we have certain things that we look for, like Candace said, like like if there are vintage toys or dolls, things like that, Candace will be on that.
I usually gravitate towards that section of the sale first.
Right.
That and the kitchenwares.
Yeah.
And it's mainly because, I mean, like kitchenware, there's not usually big money in it, but it's just what I like, you know.
Yeah, it's always good to glance at the kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
But no, the only we do kind of go, the only time we kind of go out with a plan in mind is if we just got like a huge influx of inventory that we haven't listed, like the day, like the day or a couple of weeks before, and we're just like inundated, but we decided to go out anyway because you always want the bake scores no matter what you have, you know, unlisted. Mm-hmm. And on those occasions we'll say, okay, we got to be super picky.
Yep.
We're not going to get cute or creative today. Right. You know, we're not going to, I'm going to try not to buy a lot of 1,000 CDs today. Right. Or, you know, like, oh, we're not going to buy anything bulky today. We just cannot do it. You know, like we go out with those kind of plans in mind. But as far as like what to buy, no.
No,
because
we even have like well, you know, I don't know why this is asked at sales, but they'll be like, you looking for anything in particular? It's like, no, I'm not driving around to sales looking for one thing in particular.
It is good to answer that question though, and we do.
We do, yeah.
Like, hey, you got any video games? You got any vintage toys, or
I always say vintage toys,
action figures or dolls, or you know.
Yeah.
And when they do have it, like that's a special moment, because
especially if they're people of the age that would have that stuff. Now, if it's like a young couple in their 20s, maybe with a baby, I may not ask them for vintage toys. But you never know; they could have had stuff from when they were a kid. You know? So, yeah, we do typically, but we don't go out just looking for those things.
Nope.
Which I think was the question.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. But yeah, as far as the video game buyers go, used to see maybe a year or two ago, would see a lot more younger people at garage sales.
Yeah.
Do you have any video games? Do you have any video? I would see those guys a lot more, and I think a lot of those guys have given up.
Yeah, it's hard now. I mean,
how are you gonna ride around town, around here anyway? Them other places are different.
Yeah.
Around here, if you just go out to garage sales looking only for video games, you're gonna have a rough go of it.
It's gonna be tough unless you're just doing it part-time for fun or whatever, you know.
It's hard to find. It's super duper hard to find. Like I remember like 5 years ago even, could go out and occasionally, oh look, there's a
big old box of
there's an N64 and 20 games. How much you want? $30. Okay. Like that actually happened 5 years ago. That doesn't happen anymore. Everybody's either sold all their stuff already, or they're wise to it and they're selling it themselves for more money somewhere else, like on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. Or on the rare events that stuff is out there, the first person to go to that garage sale is going to buy it.
Right.
So your chances of finding this stuff is getting lower and organically is getting lower and lower. So it is still good to ask that question. Do you have any video games?
Because there have been times, and we've heard other sellers say they've asked that question and they're like, oh yeah, I do have some stuff I was thinking about selling, and then they go pull it out, you know.
Yeah.
So.
But half the time, whenever I ask for video games, they end up trying to show me some VHS tapes. Oh, video? Oh, the videos? The vidges? Okay, hang on. I got you. Yeah, we got some. I'm like, oh, boy. And they come out with a bunch of pre-recorded VHS tapes. But, yeah. All right. We do have some orders to pull, and we're going to pack together today, too. We're going to go. We don't have a ton. It was a good sales day. But it's just not a ton of volume, so
which is kind of where you want to be. I
think.
Yes. The goal is to have high dollar volume, high dollar items, so you're not having to ship out as many small dollar things.
I want both.
Yeah.
I want both.
Yeah.
Because the smaller dollar things, whenever you run out of your high dollar stuff, the smaller dollar things keep you going till you get more high dollar stuff again. So I like having a mix.
All right, so we only saw it on eBay last night, so we're gonna get into it. And let's see, it's 8 orders, but there's a few with multiple items on it.
Okay.
So the first thing is in the smallest drawer. It's Raoul Partha little figures, colonial figures, new old stock.
Yeah, this is actually Kevin and Danielle's stuff.
The number is 88-113.
Yep, that's it.
Sold those for $20.
Okay.
5 Echo, we sold a Paddington Bear plush.
Bravo Charlie Delta Echo, I bet it's in here. Yep, that's all pad. Got it.
Sold that for $21.
Okay.
And the next order has 2 Tomy box sets.
Oh wow.
Yep, 1 Delta, the Repair Garage.
1 Delta. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, this is it right here.
Okay, and then the other thing is on 3 Alpha. It's the parking lot, Hyper City parking lot.
3 Alpha. Uh-oh. Whoa, I gotta get way up there. All right, hang on. Let me get my step stool. All right, let's hop up here and grab this. Oh, Candace is behind me to help. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was a pretty good order.
Yeah. So both of those together sold for $89.98.
Okay.
1 Bravo, we sold a Domino's set in the little case.
Yeah, we got an offer on that, and I was like, you know what? I feel like that was probably not a great buy. We should probably go ahead and just get rid of it while we can. Let's see. Maybe I need to find out what these look like.
A little black case that snaps.
A black, and it's on 1 Bravo?
That's what this is.
Okay, and we'll be right back. All right, Candace actually just pointed out this guy right here. It's just some Dominoes.
Yeah, we sold these for $7, so we went through a phase where we were playing dominoes a lot. So when we were going to sales and seeing dominoes,
we were just buying
like,
them.
ooh, dominoes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what that's all about.
At garage sale prices, though, who cares?
Yeah.
You do what you want sometime.
All right, here's our big sale of the day.
Big sale of the day.
Big sale of the day. Somebody bought 3 Topper Dawn dolls, and one of them was the big guy.
The big guy.
So the first one.
Wait, you shouldn't say that. That's going to trigger some people.
Why?
Biden has been referred to as the big guy.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, we did not sell Biden.
Okay.
In the razor drawer, we sold Long Locks is her name. She has on a silver dress.
This must be her right here.
Yes. They all have like normal names like Jessica, Glory, Dawn. She's Long Locks.
That is her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In the Digimon drawer, we sold Glory in a green dress. She's right there.
This girl right here?
Yep.
Okay, got her.
And then in the D&D drawer, We sold the big guy.
The big guy.
Gary with his pilot outfit.
Oh, Gary. Where you at, Gary? There's Gary.
Yeah. So all three of those dolls together totaled up to $314.97.
And I wanted to talk about the listing for the pilot, because after it's sold, I was like, sometimes I'll do this.
He gets nervous.
I get a little nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope Candace disclosed anything. I didn't even know what was, like, what kind of condition he was in too much. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope Candace disclosed everything that was any defects or anything like that. But man, when I read her description, I was like, okay, this is how you write a description right here. I was so proud of her description.
You want to read it?
You want to read it?
Do you want to read it?
Why don't you read it? It's so good. Look,
okay.
This.
So here's my approach, especially to high dollar things. Just be matter of fact and disclose everything, good and bad, so there's no surprises. Don't try to sugarcoat it. That's one reason I don't like the AI, the new AI generated descriptions. It kind of it sugarcoats things to me.
But everything's a perfect addition for your collection, though.
I know. People just want to know what they're getting, you know. Okay, so you are buying a doll with a shirt, jacket, pants, hat, briefcase, and shoes. His legs have a yellow tint, and his legs are a tiny bit loose. His left front torso has a lighter area, like the skin was discolored in one area. His face and hair paint are flawless. His jacket, pants, and shoes are in excellent condition. The tip of his tie is a little tattered, but does not show under the jacket. The hat has a scuff on top. The briefcase doesn't quite close all the way on one side, but it's not too bad. Please see photos. So let me, that's the other thing. When you're disclosing all this, eBay gives you 24 photos now. Use them.
Yeah. So
show all these flaws. Like, show the lighter area of his skin. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me go down. Show where the, come on. Show where the briefcase doesn't close all the way. Show that scuff on his hat. Show it. Disclose it. Be totally upfront, and that should protect you from any issues.
Yeah, because like as long as that laundry list of issues was, this doll is actually in good condition.
Yeah, he sounds horrible, but compared to others, he's in great condition.
And looking at him, I'm like, oh, that's a nice little doll. And then, but Candace found like, but you know one thing, when you said all that stuff, and then you said like his hair and face paint are flawless, that gave that statement a way more impact juxtaposed next to the ones with minor flaws.
And that's another big thing on dolls. Close up of the face paint is a big deal. Show that. Stand behind.
Boy, that is nice condition.
Stand behind your words. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if there are defects, you need to mention that.
And the other thing is, so you just listed all these defects. They're expecting a doll that looks okay. Whenever they look that good and you disclose those defects, they're going to get it, and they're going to be tickle pink with it. Because when they're displaying it on their shelf, all those things I listed, you can't see it. You can't even see them.
Especially, most of that stuff are things that are under his clothes.
Under his clothes, or the top of his hat. If he's sitting up on a shelf, nobody's going to be able to see that. So, yeah.
But I just thought that was a really good description, because it was so...
He does do that a lot, though. If I list something and it's high dollar, he goes in and looks at my description. He gets so nervous.
Not that I don't trust you. It's just I don't trust anybody.
No, I don't mind you double checking me.
But it doesn't do any good to double check you after it's sold.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so we were excited to see that come in last night.
That's like over $300, right? Just for these?
$315, yeah.
And if y'all haven't, like, we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, this sale right here pays for the $200 buy.
Yep.
And then we're already in the profit, and we've already sold a bunch of this stuff.
We've already sold a bunch too. All right, we have a dog costume in the B box.
Uh-oh. Okay.
All right, so we sold a pop star costume for $15. It's obviously supposed to be like Britney Spears. It's got the little pink pigtail braid wig and stuff.
Oops, I did it again.
Yep. Sold that for $15. We sold a vinyl Alison Moyer at Vinyl is the location.
Okay. Shouldn't be too missing persons. Some of this stuff is not even listed. Just like a couple of them. Let's see. Here she is. She's from Yaz or Yazoo, depending on where you're at.
Yep.
Okay, here it is.
That sold for $10.
Okay.
And then on one Charlie, we sold that last toner.
Yeah. One Charlie. Here we go. Yeah, what a
quick flip, huh?
Yeah, what an awesome score that was.
So yep, we sold that for $120.
So we bought toners and a scanner, which I haven't even listed yet. I'm gonna list that this week probably, for 80 bucks. The toner we got 120, 110, 550. 120, 110, 230, 780. $780 in sales. So $700 gross profit.
Yep.
So boom, that's a fist pumper.
That was an awesome find.
That's like a quadruple pumper or something.
All right, so that's everything going out. What you gonna pack?
I'm gonna pack everything.
On camera?
On camera? Yeah, I think
everything?
All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start something pretty easy. And heads up, I am waiting for American Bubble Boy, links down below, to get their 3-inch tape back in stock, which is going to be a bit longer. They've been out of stock for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, maybe up to a month now. And talked to Joel, and he blamed this channel right here for the unexpected demand for 3-inch tape. So apparently the turnaround is kind of long, but I think you should be getting the 3-inch tape back in soon. I just wanted to tell y'all that because this flimsy stuff here is not my go-to tape. This is what brand is this? This is SureMax tape that I thought was really good whenever I bought it, but it turned out, make sure I don't have any more. No, I'm out of go-to. Right before Joel came out with my go-to tape, I just bought a load of this stuff. So now is my chance to go ahead and run through it. It feels horrible though compared to the my go-to tape. It feels so thin now. 8 ounces. It feels so thin now that it feels almost like saran wrap. It's hard to go from a high quality tape to a low quality tape though, I'll tell you that. Okay, next up is Paddington. Paddington is just going in a poly mailer. And I finally went and got some more of these Home Depot bags because they're way cheaper than putting things in poly mailers. And I usually like 2 layers of plastic in this kind of situation. So I like using these little 10-gallon bags from Home Depot. This first one not opening very easily. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, these are really good, and they only cost, I think the price actually went up a tad, but they still only cost, these boxes are $10 at Home Depot. You get 250 bags, so that ends up being what, 4 cents a bag, which that's good for me. And the size is perfect. Like, there's very little that doesn't fit those bags. So this one is super duper simple. So, and I like to put just a little piece of tape on that seam, ready to roll. Okay, next up we're shipping these 2 Tomicas, And I'm actually going to use some priority number 7 boxes, and just about every time I show shipping in a priority box, especially if I manipulate the box somehow and change the shape or size, people will say that you're not supposed to resize flat rate boxes, but this is not a flat rate box, okay? So maybe, and look, these are a good fit for this. So what I'm gonna have to do though, I'm gonna have to make, I am going to use 2 of these boxes, but I can't go all the way up. I'm going to use 2 in a stack, but I can't go all the way up to this height because that's just going to be too tall. So I'm going to cut it off about like right here. And these cuts aren't perfect. They don't really have to be. Just getting the size down a little bit. I could have measured it. That's good enough. But let's go ahead and get these bubble wraps. Use like 3 sheets. Bubble Boy, link down below. And that. This is, it's about a $90 order here. Go ahead and wrap it both ways. Between the two, this is like a $90 order plus ship. And the reason I'm using a priority box is because this is shipping to Louisiana. And priority, believe it or not, is actually cheaper to ship priority than it is to ship ground advantage whenever something is going that close. Or you need to check it at least. I think this is going to cost like $7.20, and it would have cost $8 something if I would have gone, let me close this knife up. Would have cost like $7.20 if I would have gone with ground advantage. So you always want to be checking those rates, especially when it's close, going somewhere nearby. All right, so that looks good. I am going to put the thin layer on the bottom. Okay, and then we'll drop these in. That'll give a little extra cushion on the bottom, and then on the sides we're going to have extra cushion because we're going to do this. All right, so let's see. I'm going to slide down on top, and okay, I'm going to make this kind of neat. Let's see. I like to use the roller side because I can kind of plan my cut like that, and that'll kind of go through. Not perfect. Okay, there we go. The reason we're taking the time to actually do that is simply because if we didn't, it would be over a cubic foot and it would cost extra money. And we don't need that much height anyway. So sometimes you have to kind of tuck the very corners in, and then you could slide it down. Okay, and I got this just under 12. The other measurements are, let me go this way. The other measurements are about 12 too. It's a little less than 12 here. Slightly more than 12 here. It's 12 here. I'm gonna go with 12, 12, 12. And this guy is done. Except for the tape up. And using the two boxes not only gives you the extra size you need, but it also puts double wall cardboard on every side. And I also like to come back and do this on those corners so there's nothing that catches them. And since this is a seam right here, I'll just do the full seam. And right here, I got one more of those to do. And then I'm also going to go both ways like this, to make really sure the box doesn't come apart. All right, that's ready to roll. I put that on upside down. Okay, we have these dominoes here. Got my 864 box, and probably gonna do a little freehand resize on this. I certainly don't want to pad that much. Put it right about here. I'll go a little higher because I know I'm going to put, look, it's going to be wonky right there. Put a little higher because I know I'm going to put a little bubble on it. This is one of the worst resizes I put on tape as far as the cuts being wonky. Is that good? No. I left it a tad too big. Paper fixes that. That's a nice compact. Actually, it doesn't look that horrible. You can kind of see, let's see, you can kind of see it here go wonking out, but it's fine. Oh my gosh, it's bothering me. There we go. Alright, that one's done. Okay, time to pack the Dawn dolls. And if it wasn't so, if they weren't so pricey, we'd just go Ground Advantage. Because these dolls together, they weigh like, man, that might be 4 or 5 ounces. I don't know. But because the order is so expensive, I am going to ship these priority instead on my dime, because I think we charged just, ooh, look, it's splitting. Look, it's coming apart right there. Never trust. Well, I say that, I usually don't tape them up, but really once you get the top and bottom tape, that probably wouldn't happen anyway. But still, what was I saying? I don't remember. Just keep packing. What?
About changing the priority shipping.
Oh yeah, we're definitely doing priority shipping. Just for the heck of it, because I've been really happy with Ground Advantage service. Super happy. However, we have had a few
that have taken some very odd routes to their destination. And we don't need any problems at all with this order being this expensive. Float them right there. And yes, this is a, not going to press too hard. This is one of the old regional A boxes that we still have on hand. And since they no longer offer regional rate postage, they released guidance, USPS released guidance that it was fine to use these boxes for just regular priority. So that's what we're doing. Okay, that one's done. Yeah, next up is this dog costume. And we're going to use another one of our 10-gallon bags. If I can open it. Yeah, I can open it. Yeah. There's nothing really breakable in here. Get the air out. Okay, there we go. So glad to have those bags back. And I usually will remember to take these seams whenever I fold the bag over that much. I should have used a 3-inch. It'll work there. Just to kind of keep it from getting hung up. We'll use 3 inches this time. Just to kind of keep it from getting hung up in their machines. I don't know if that's really a thing or not from that, but it's going to do it. That one's done. Okay, now we're going to do this vinyl, and what I like to do is I like to keep scrap cardboard on hand just for these situations, because while the record mailers are good, just a little bit of extra cardboard can make them way better. So I like to include a little bit of, can't really see that, line that well, there we go. I like to use a little bit of extra cardboard. Looks like I've kind of cut this one already. Look at that. Okay, there we go. All right, so get 2 pieces of bubble wrap. It's already in a, the record is already in like a sleeve. I'm just gonna do this. Boom, boom. Put it there. Put this here. And then just fold the box up around it. Okay. And I have shipped a ton of vinyl like this, a lot. Have yet to have a single problem. Knock on wood. Okay. These record mailers really make the vinyl easy to ship though. And here's the last thing we need to ship, this toner. And here's kind of an easy way I like to do this. I know I need a longer box. This is my 12-12-12 box. So I just like to, something that where I'm going to make it longer, I just like to kind of do this. play around with that. Let's see. Kind of go like that. Got plenty of room here. So kind of want it like, let's see, I'll measure it out. Yeah, 17 will be good. 17 inches will be fine. So then I'm just going to measure it out. If I had a T-square kind of thing, that would be easier even. But this will work fine too. 17. And we'll just make us a quick line here. Some people have commented in the past, just cut right against the ruler, and yeah, that's fine. That's good. This is how I do it though. Just gonna do a score. Trying not to score too heavy because I'm not really trying to go all the way through. Then I do find if I just kind of lightly cut the flaps where I know I'm gonna end up cutting anyway, that helps me fold. Just come around to the other side and repeat. Yes, I left my blade out. Don't do that at home. Always put your blade away. And don't do any flips with the blade out. Alright. Get this sucker all folded. Now, I also have been finding, but experimenting with this, instead of going like straight with a break like that, which is kind of an odd way to go, it's easier, I find, if you break it in first and then go directly out. Seems like you get a cleaner fold that way. Alright, and we'll make sure this is cut all the way through, and so is that. Okay, now we just got to tape it up on one side. And obviously we're not done with our resize yet. Just little placeholder pieces here. Now you just tape it with a ridiculous amount of tape. I do find with this thinner tape, I use even more tape than normal. Situations where I might trust one piece of tape, I don't. Alright. Cut this up. Cut this up, and let's see how much more we're going to take down. It's going to go like that. Okay. I don't need to take it all the way down, but I do want to go choose this sizer now. That'll be good like that. We don't need these flaps, although I will repurpose them. We're gonna have double wall on top anyways, so whoops, didn't work. There, take one of those and just throw it in the bottom. Same thing, I'm going to fold in and then out, in and then out. Seems to work a little better. Okay. Gus. There's a really good chance it got drop shipped or something. Okay. But they didn't say to put no invoice or anything, so maybe it didn't. I just find that big toner resellers are usually your customers on eBay. They're selling it either on their own website, maybe on Amazon, who knows. Same thing with calculators. Put a little tape down. It's a $120 toner. There we go. All right, ready to roll. Alrighty, that's everything we packed. I wasn't on my game today, but we got it done. These are going out. Okay, we mentioned, we talked about video games earlier in the question, and that's actually what I'm starting off with first. I just tested this guy. It works perfect, and it's in good condition. It's a DSi XL. I bought this, and I bought everything there except for my phone for $30.
And the Coke.
Yeah, the Coke's not part of it, too. Mario Kart, Reflex MX ATV, Namco Museum DS, and Olympic Winter Games, and then this case. I think I'm gonna put it all together in one lot for like I need to comp a little better, but probably somewhere around $100.
Okay,
so
that'll work. I just finished my last listing from the Topper Dawn lot that I bought off of Facebook. And I just wanted to show y'all what it came to. Remember, I paid $200 for everything, and my listing total is $1,309. And the penny is because this is an auction. So we started it at $60, but I put that penny in there just to remind me to go update the total if it ends up selling for more than that.
Yeah, we don't know. It has no bids yet. It ends tomorrow.
But there is 17 watchers.
Right.
So I'm thinking people are waiting till the last minute to bid just because we started it so high. Which is something we don't normally do. We usually start all our auctions at a penny, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And if it doesn't sell, I'll just take it down and just sell it for $60.
So at $13.09, really, like once we sell all of it, we should be somewhere around $900 net profit.
Yeah.
That's huge, Candace.
And we've already sold $628 worth.
So we've sold about half.
Yeah, yeah. And there were a few things in there that were not toppered on. And this was two little surprises here. I thought they were dogs. I'll pull this one up. They're actually cats. And they came from a Skipper line, a Skipper fashion pack in 1973. And they are rare. Like I listed the one with the ribbon for $30, and then I have another one that didn't have a ribbon, listed it for $25. Like there's no actives right now, and there's only been 2 solds in the last 90 days, so it's a pretty rare little item.
That is ridiculous.
So that was a good little surprise in that lot too.
So was that on the spreadsheet too?
Yes.
Because it was part of the buy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Man, you know what was really good about that is it's high value without being hard to ship. I love it.
That, and it seems we've had good response with what we've sold so far.
Sold half of it.
Yeah.
But money, dollar-wise, we sold half of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Excited to be done with that. It was fun. And now on to the next thing.
What's that?
I don't know.
It's going to be garage sale stuff. We have a lot of garage sale stuff.
I need to see about my Pyrex.
Oh, you going to do that today?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm about to bring Pippin to the vet for his shots, and then when I get back, I'm going to tackle that.
All right. We have been listing for a little while. We actually, like not too long after lunch, we had to take Pippin to get a shot.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to actually, it didn't take that long. We went to the vet, checked in at the front, and then I guess the doctor and an assistant. That was just
a technician.
Technician and an assistant. They walked out to the waiting room. We're at Pippin just all checking around, you know, sniffing like he does. They come out to the waiting room with the needle, and they give him the shot right there.
And said, you can go.
in the waiting room, and then we paid our money and we left. So that took
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
It wasn't time for his annual checkup. It was just time for his like heartworm shot.
Yeah.
He gets every 6 months, so that's why we didn't even see a doctor.
So we haven't our listing, our number of listings today is not that much, but
Our total's pretty good.
pretty good, whatever. So Candace listed her the last of her
That doll stuff we talked about.
Topper Dawn stuff,
Yeah.
whatever. And then check out, like, I would love to just list like this all the time.
I know, right?
Because like I listed this Nintendo DSi with 4 games for $100. Candace listed her Pyrex UFO dish thing for $1,000. I listed a clock for $180. Candace listed this little $25 board game, and then I just listed a lens for $100.
Yeah.
Man, that lens cleaned up pretty good. Oh, I learned something new.
Little trick.
Yeah, a little trick. So on front, like, and this is usually the case on lenses you buy. There is a filter on front of this thing, and the filter had a spot. I wish I would have showed whenever I had it on there still. I already tossed the filter. Filter had like a few scuffs on the glass and stuff, and then like I could see some spots on the inside, and I was hoping that was on the filter and not on the actual glass of the lens, and I could not twist that thing off for nothing. I went to a channel and they advised to just put a rubber band around the outside of the filter.
Yeah, like you would, let me show. You would just put it around here just to give
Just
you...
on the very edge.
Yeah, to give yourself something to grip. Yeah.
And then I did that, and I was like, this ain't gonna work. And I just went, and that extra grip, it worked. Like I just popped it right off.
Somebody had just over tightened it too much. Yeah.
But that works great for getting this filter. I didn't know what I was gonna do, you know? And then I tossed the filter and the glass underneath.
Perfect.
Let's check it out. Perfect. I even shot. I used my Rebel, and I shot this picture right here with that lens of my other camera, and I focused here because, man, that lens focus is fast and super sharp. That's taken with the Rebel DSLR. So, and I did put in that listing, camera not included.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna knock off now. I've got a bunch of editing to do. Candace is just gonna sit there
I'm cross-listing.
and cross list the rest of the day. And we will see y'all again very soon. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.